In a small, picturesque village surrounded by lush green hills, a wise old owl lived in a towering oak tree. The owl was known for his wisdom, and villagers often said, "The owl sees all and knows all." Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the owl would open his sharp eyes and perch on a branch, ready to listen to those seeking his advice. One bright morning, a distressed farmer approached the owl. The farmer's clothes were dusty, and his face was filled with worry. He said, "Wise owl, my crops are failing. The leaves are turning yellow, and I fear I won't have enough to feed my family." The owl blinked slowly and asked, "Have you checked the roots of your crops?" The farmer shook his head and replied, "I haven't. I thought the rain would be enough." The farmer returned to his field and dug into the soil. To his surprise, he found that the soil was dry and cracked. He began watering the fields daily and added compost to enrich the earth. Within weeks, the crops grew lush and healthy, and the farmer thanked the owl for his wisdom. One afternoon, a wealthy merchant came to the owl. He wore fine clothes but looked troubled. "Wise owl," he began, "my profits are shrinking, and my debts are piling up. My business is going downhill." The owl asked, "How do you spend your earnings?" The merchant hesitated and said, "I enjoy the finer things, new clothes, lavish feasts, and gifts for my friends." The owl nodded knowingly. "A penny saved is a penny earned. Cut down on unnecessary expenses and focus on growing your business." The merchant reflected on this advice and decided to simplify his life. He stopped buying luxuries and invested in better goods for his shop. Soon, his profits doubled, and he returned to the owl with gratitude. As the day turned to dusk, a curious child climbed up the tree to meet the owl. She carried a notebook and said, "Wise owl, how did you become so smart? I want to be like you." The owl chuckled softly and replied, "Wisdom comes from listening more and talking less. Pay attention to the world around you, ask questions, and never stop learning." The child asked, "What should I do to learn more?" The owl suggested, "Read books, observe nature, and speak to people with experience. Remember, knowledge is like a tree, it grows with care and effort." The child nodded eagerly and promised to follow the owl's advice. That night, a blacksmith came to the owl, his face red with frustration. "Wise owl, I am angry with my apprentice. He makes mistakes every day, and I'm losing my patience." The owl looked at him calmly and said, "Anger is like fire, it can destroy everything in its path. But if you control it, it can forge something strong. Teach your apprentice with kindness, and you may see a change." The blacksmith took a deep breath and decided to give his apprentice another chance. He explained tasks patiently and guided him step by step. Over time, the apprentice improved, and the blacksmith felt proud of his teaching. Months passed, and the villagers' lives improved thanks to the owl's advice. To show their gratitude, they organized a grand celebration under the oak tree. They decorated the tree with colorful lanterns and brought gifts of food and flowers. The owl, perched on his branch, looked down at the happy faces and said, "I am not the source of your success, you are. You listened, learned, and acted wisely. Always remember, wisdom grows when shared." The villagers cheered, and the owl closed his eyes. Content that his lessons had made a difference, Moral of the story: every problem has a solution if we remain calm, seek guidance, and act wisely. Patience, observation, and kindness are the keys to a fulfilling life.
1. Picturesque, beautiful, and visually appealing. 2. Distressed, troubled, or worried. 3. Patience is a virtue. Being patient is valuable. 4. Examine, to look at something closely. 5. Going downhill, becoming worse or declining. 6. A penny saved is a penny earned. Saving money is as important as earning it. 7. Unnecessary expenses, costs that are not needed. 8. Curious, eager to learn or know something. 9. Knowledge is like a tree. Knowledge grows over time with care and effort. 10. Anger is like fire. Anger can destroy, but it can also be controlled to create something useful. 11. Forge, to shape or create something strong. 12. Gratitude, thankfulness,